Good morning. Good morning, fam. It's pretty early here. I was actually let me show you. Every morning I get on, I light a candle and I meditate and pray. If you want to call it praying, I'll call it praying. I don't have any particular religion or anything, so it can feel different depending on the words that you use. And I felt inspired to record this video about how to stop feeling so lonely, because I posed the question to you, my community, and asked, what questions do you have for me? What would you like to know? And specifically around self-love, there were a lot of you that have been struggling with your feelings of loneliness and wanting to know how do you feel less lonely when you're not with someone else. And this is powerful because I was in a relationship of some kind with someone for basically the last 13 years, pretty much straight. And while that's not because I was doing anything wrong necessarily, it just played itself out that way. What it also meant was that I developed a routine or a habit. It was normal for me to, whenever I felt lonely, go to my partner. It was normal for me to say, oh wow, I'm feeling really alone right now and wanting someone else, and how convenient is it that in the next room over here is someone that loves me and that I love and that I'm comfortable with and I feel safe with. And that created a habit in me of searching outside of myself to alleviate the part of me that felt lonely. Whenever it came up, I didn't need to face off with it. I didn't need to say, well, why do I feel lonely? Instead, I could simply walk into the other room or pick up the phone, and there was my answer. And we're sold this idea in our movies, in our media, in my poem, You Are Who You've Been Looking For, which is available here, on YouTube, which I hope you'll listen to if you haven't yet, because it's all about self-love and how to love yourself more. And if you're watching this video, that's probably something that you're working on. And I put out these videos, I put out poetry, I put out a lot of content on this channel around these topics. So if this is interesting to you, if you want to learn to love yourself more, and how to be more creative and all of those things, then make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified when I'm releasing that. And please leave me a comment and let me know, especially if you're new to the channel. I'd love to know how this video has helped you. So I had started looking outside myself just as a habit, and that's something that we are sold. We're told that, we're told to love someone else to complete us. The line from the poem that I was talking about is, what about all the movies we watch, all the shows on TV? The more I watch, the more I see I need you to complete me. So I thought that was normal. I thought how wonderful it was that because I had found someone that I was in love with, I didn't need to feel lonely anymore. And so I've learned, by facing off with the part of me that does feel lonely on certain days. And I think the reason this is so alive for me right now is because it's a question you've had, but it's also something that I felt last night. I felt lonely last night. And so when I woke up and so far today, I've journaled, and I've meditated, and I realized that my loneliness is something that happens when I am feeling disconnected from myself. And that's the point that I wanted to get to today around how to stop feeling so lonely, is that recognizing there's a difference between being by yourself and being alone. I'm going to say that again. There's a difference between being by yourself and being alone. When you're by yourself, you have no one else around, but you can be present to your relationship with you. You can feel alone in a crowded room. Right? Have you ever had that experience? I've had that experience of, wow, I feel like I'm at this party and I just feel alone. I feel lonely. I feel like I don't have a connection to anyone here. I don't feel like anyone gets me here. I don't feel that sense. And there's been times, and most times, when I'm by myself, when I don't feel lonely and I don't feel alone, I feel like I'm there with me. And I think the reason why I wanted to record this video now is because I'm sitting here in front of my candle and my little altar, and I'm getting to know myself. I'm being with me. And that means creating the space to be with me. And last night when I was feeling lonely, I was with two of my friends and we were kind of hanging out, but I felt like I wanted someone to cuddle with. And there was a part of me that wanted this. And here I am without my friends. I'm actually now by myself, but I don't feel lonely because I've been sitting here and just listening and dialoguing with my inner child and with the part of me that wants to speak and wants to be heard. That's where my journaling practice comes in. And there's been a lot of questions from you about what are the tangible steps you can do. This is what I do. I journaled this morning. Why? Because that's me saying, what's going on in here? What do you want to say? What do you want to express? I'm listening to myself. And then I sit in front of this candle and I close my eyes and I listen to myself. And sometimes that's all it takes for us to not feel lonely, is to listen to ourselves. And then there's other times where we want to express. And so when I listen, there's the inner part of me that says, I want to dance. I want to sing. I want to eat. I'm hungry. I want to stretch. Whatever it is. There's that part of us that wants to be heard. And there's that part of us that wants to express. So when you think about this, and I've said this many times, self-love is the byproduct of your relationship with yourself. If you're feeling lonely, it's because you have gotten disconnected from your relationship with yourself, because you can be completely by yourself and not feel alone when you feel connected to you. And so to wrap this all up, take time to be with yourself. Take time to create the space to listen to yourself, and take the time and give yourself permission to express whatever it is that comes through when you start listening to yourself. What does your deep inner child, what does your soul, what does your heart want? So many people feel lonely because they disconnect from the listening, and then so many people feel a lack of self-love because even if they do listen, they don't honor what their inner self is saying. And so if you want to stop feeling so lonely, you get to learn how to create that relationship with yourself and strengthen it and honor it. That's the same way that you would strengthen a friendship with anyone else. You would listen to them, you would hear what they want, and you would do what they want. More often than not, you would do what they want. If they're hungry, yeah, I'll go eat with you. So, self-love is the byproduct of your relationship with yourself, and being by yourself is different than being alone. I hope that lands for you. And there are lots of people right now on this planet who are feeling so alone and so scared, and who need to hear this. So please share this with them. Make sure you subscribe. I want to continue providing you with the videos and the content to help you. That's why I have my podcast, The Deep Dive. That's why I have my ebook for all of you. I want you to feel less alone. I want you to feel more love for yourself. But I can only give you the awareness. This video is the awareness. You get to do the work now. The next time you feel lonely, take a moment to listen to yourself. The next time you actually hear that voice inside of you saying, I want this, honor it. That's how you make change. Take new actions, make new choices. And you already started because you watched this. 10 minutes long, you watched this. That's a powerful choice. Thank you for doing that. I want to remind you that always, in all ways, you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved. Have a blessed day.